We're invoking the spirit of Nassim Taleb, the author of The Black Swan, to stand up and call out nonsense when you see it. Fella's been sending me this about knocking down your shop. And within 4 seconds, the fella, bit of a goof, he tells you exactly what he's up to.
This is me. After intentionally starting a fire in my wood shop.
He intentionally starts a fire in his wood shop. He's telling you that there is something untowards happening here. So we're going to go through, I'm so sick of being lied to. And fella's been forwarding me this video about oily rag, oil-soaked rags, so forth, spontaneously combusting. So we're going to go through and I will just coach you on how to spot a scam. A good scam starts off like a good joke with a grain of truth. However, in this case,
he runs Lighthouse Boston in Boston, and this video was taken just after midnight.
This video was taken just after midnight. Listen to the sound of his voice. Look at the timestamp, 10:40. Okay, well, maybe the timestamp's wrong. The clock on the wall says 10:40. And he reiterates that it's after midnight.
That's a plastic bag full of linseed oil-soaked rags, spontaneously combusting.
Spontaneously combusting. Listen to his voice. His voice is telling you, listen to me. I'm telling the truth. It's pantomime. He's not telling the truth.
Yeah, just after midnight.
He says it again. Yeah, he's not telling the truth. Let's go and look at his buddy's shop. Well, here's his buddy's shop, professional woodworkers, and they clearly just have a procedure for for oil-soaked rags. Metal garbage bin left to dry over top, not piled in a corner. They're obviously aware of the danger, and that nook appears to be where the fire started. Now, we'll continue on. We'll be able to see that's where they're working. That's the clock. Over here, behind this fella, is where the fire started. At midnight. Always with the Gil Bates. Leave me alone. I don't like you. I would like to see the footage of this being put out, because there's no smoke.
And the flames get bigger and bigger.
It'd be super interesting to see somebody come in and freak out and stomp that out. And yet, it's not in the video. I wonder why that is. For the air quotes experiment, he's using high-density polyethylene, black garbage bags, bog standard, melts at around 100 degrees. Science! Tough to spit that one out. Same with these Rubbermaid totes. They might have 11 herbs and spices proprietary blend of anti-stink and so forth because they are food safe, but they are still polyethylene, melt at about 150 degrees science.
In the course of the entire experiment, I will have 2 cameras constantly on our test subjects.
That's interesting that he'll constantly have 2 cameras running, and yet, well, we'll see. There'll be some fancy footwork in the editing suite.
6 hours
dun, dun, dun.
This happened. This is a real-time look at our experiment.
Where's the smoke?
Without warning, flames. You'll notice that right before the flames, I was nowhere near any of the garbage cans. I was actually across the shop.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, almost like magic, and true to its name, spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, like magic, all right. Where's the smoke? Where's the other shot? Where's the other angle?
Spontaneous combustion.
It's starting to smoke. And why is it on top of the barrel? Oh, here's the other angle. After the fact.
Oh, what?
Oh my, what? This is
what I would have guessed. This is the root.
This is so crazy that I have my hat and boots on after 6.5 hours of sitting in the shop, thumb and bum. And also, I'm all mic'd up, ready to rock and roll. Isn't that weird? You'll note there are absolutely no signs of anything melting. And also, it's at the very tippy top caught fire. You know what catches fire without smoke? Lighter fluid. Lighter fluid catches fire without smoke. How come we don't see the other angle? How come that wasn't edited in? It was distinctly left out. The other angle of it catching fire. There's two cameras rolling all the time. All right, fine. He likes to be uncomfortable, wearing a hat, inside, and boots all the time. But you'll note, this B-roll,
Luckily, I had my tin whistle out.
he is not wearing any mic. And then when he's having lunch and he's chatting, he is wearing a microphone. Now, I produce videos in the shop, and it is a pain in the cunning linguals to wear that Jeezeless mic all the time. It's constantly getting hung up and caught up and hamstringing you every which words. That's why you don't wear it unless you're going to talk to the camera. You just don't wear it. So, miraculously, he happens to be wearing it just as they catch fire. Miraculous. One might say spontaneous.
And true to its name, spontaneous combustion.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that actually caught on fire.
I'm not much of a poker player, but I'd be all in on a pair of sevens with this fella. That's what's known as pantomime. This is, believe me, so pantomime is essentially bad acting.
Absolutely terrifying. Holy cow.
Holy cow. I am so utterly terrified. I set this whole thing up and I didn't get a result, so my sponsor wouldn't be very happy about the low views, and neither would my pocketbook. So I set up.
Around for almost an hour after that. And then all of a sudden,
I
almost
quick edit to a different hangulation,
we had another
and then
fire.
another fire with no smoke prior. And also, this high-density polyethylene bag, what melts at 100 degrees science, didn't even, it's immaculately conceived. Call the Pope, it's a miracle. What he fails to mention is the squirt of lighter fluid and the lighter prior.
This scenario is very similar to what happened in Lucas's shop.
Very similar. I would say it's probably exactly what happened. As it happens, I have the stainless steel chafing dish, what I did my own linseed cotton rag test. As you can see, got blue steel oxidized. Blue-gray oxidized. It's a little rusty there now, but that was from rags, cotton rags smoking in there. Now, cotton rags will auto-ignite at 400 degrees science. And that blue-gray oxidized layer indicates that it was 375. It got up to 375 degrees science. You mean to tell me that that is not going to melt a plastic bag?
Indeed, oil-covered rags.
Again, why isn't he showing the start of the fire from this angle?
So, of all the different tests, this
Why?
one was the least surprising.
Because he can't. Incredibly, a second test subject catches fire, spontaneous like, and he just happens to have his microphone on and linked in to his camera, turned on. I don't know if you've ever used one of these wireless microphones. They're a pain because the batteries are consistently dying. It just so happens magically that he's mic'd up after 7 hours waiting in the shop. Now he's dicking around in the shop, got his t-shirt on, mic'd up. When he's just waiting around, he's got his t-shirt on, no mic. But anytime he has to go outside, he's got his jacket on. Amazing how that works. 2 fires, what needed to be brought outside, he somehow miraculously had his jacket on, and the 1 fire, what got put out inside, he's in his t-shirt, but conveniently mic'd up.
And then at almost 11 hours, another can caught fire. This time it was the boiled linseed oil in just the garbage can. I'm not proud of this, but when this one caught fire, I was right in the middle of an episode of Seinfeld. So
That's incredible. He's got his mic on.
luckily,
Incredible.
One of the flames got a little
Oh,
bigger.
and
It
the
was
fire is
hard
at the
not
very
to notice.
top.
What?
I was kind of starting to feel like nothing else was
No
gonna
smoke.
happen.
You know what else doesn't
Almost
smoke?
11 hours,
Lighter fluid
another
doesn't
can
smoke.
caught fire. This time it was the boiled linseed oil in just the garbage can. I'm not proud of this.
I want to see
but
this
one
shot
caught fire,
when it
and I
caught
was
fire.
Right in the middle of an episode of Seinfeld.
Why does he not show it from two angles?
Close of attention. Luckily,
He's
once
got the two
flames got
cameras running.
bigger, it was
I'm a little cynical, but you tell me. Is the guy a lying sack of shit? Or is his heart in the right place? He just couldn't get the results of the experiment he wanted and wanted to show you the dangers. I'm a grown-up, however. Someone can explain the dangers to me. Yeah. I leave it to you. Thanks for watching. Don't take any fucking wooden nickels. Keep your dick in a vice.